Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. So it has been a while since I filmed and shared some of my life with you guys. I took about 2 weeks off, give or take a couple days. And last week I did not post because it was the 4th of July. I just wanted to take some time off, but I am back and starting the vlog this morning. We actually just got home from getting groceries and a couple other things for the week. So I thought I would open it up with like a grocery haul since I haven't done that in a little bit. Share with you guys some of what my grocery list looks like right now and some other finds that I found at Walmart. The kids are here playing, so there's gonna be a little bit of background noise, and I also got caught in the rain, so I kind of look like a drenched duck, but we're just gonna like put that aside. It's real life. This afternoon into this evening is gonna be a little bit busy for me, so I'm not sure how much of my day you'll see today, but I plan on taking you along for a couple days, kind of whatever the next couple days hold. So hopefully it's interesting and you guys enjoy it. I'm going to unload my groceries really quick, and then I will show you a quick grocery haul of what I kind of was doing so far this morning. So I did not think I had a ton of stuff, and then I went to put it on my counter and realized that it doesn't all fit. So this is the food I got, and I'll go through it and kind of show you what we're doing with it or what I'm making with it, and then I'll show you kind of some of my other finds that I found. So we have 2 bags of potatoes back here, a thing of oranges, or mandarins rather, strawberries and bananas, and then diapers for Kai, pull-ups for Zendaya, 2 large bags of sugar. If you watched my video recently where I reorganized my pantry, I keep sugar in like a 5-gallon bucket, so 2 of these large bags should give me a decent amount for a while, especially for canning and things this summer. Some tortilla chips. We like to do loaded nachos for like a quick supper, so those are great to keep around. 1 thing of yogurt, a couple snack items. I try not to get a ton of snacks, but fig bars for a snack, and then I got 1 box of crackers for a snack. That's all as far as snacks go. A couple cans of soup, cream of tartar because I like to put that in my adrenal cocktails that I drink, soy sauce, let's see, lunch meat and lunch cheese over here, and then I got 1 pack of bacon. I don't love to buy it from Walmart, but I'm out and I could use some, so that's what we got. We got 3 things of cheddar cheese and 1 massive thing of mozzarella, which hopefully tomorrow I'll share a recipe with you guys with that, so hopefully that happens in the video. Okay, sorry about that. I kind of got interrupted, but where was I? The hamburger buns, and then that is all I got for groceries. Actually, I did pick up eggs locally and milk locally, so those were 2 more things. But yeah, this was what I got from going to Walmart. Okay, so I thought I would talk to you guys instead of just like showing you random things and you not seeing my face. So I don't like to go to Walmart a ton because I end up with stuff I don't need, but every once in a while I do like to go and check out their clothing sales because sometimes they run super discounted sales, even cheaper than things you could get like at the thrift store. So I like to keep an eye out there for clothing for me and for my 2 kiddos. Okay, sorry, another interruption. It's a bit noisy, but I thought I would lay out the things that I found and show them to you guys and what their sales currently are. And this is gonna be pretty current because I think you guys will be seeing this Monday, which is not even a week from today. So if you have a Walmart near you, you might want to check for a couple things if you kind of buy ahead for your family as well. Okay, so this is a non-clothing item, but I got one of these because I mill my own flour. This is gonna help me sift it a lot faster for like pastries and things like that. It was really inexpensive. It's also great for like powdered sugar to put it on like brownies or anything like that. But moving on to me, if you guys have watched my channel, you probably have often seen me in like plain t-shirts or these stripy ones. These are the Time and True brand from Walmart, and I love the way they fit me. I size up to a large in them, and normally they are like $6, and they had all of their colors on sale for $4, and I have almost all the colors, but I grabbed a navy one and a striped one. Not only can they be great for summer, but you could pair them with like a sweater for the winter time. And they fit so good. Like I said, these are just some of my favorite tees, so whenever I go in and see that they're on sale, I like to grab some, even for when the ones that I have right now wear out, then I'll have like ones to replace them. So that's kind of a little something for myself. Okay, so this is a couple things I found for Zendaya. I found the most for Kai, and these are for next summer. So these were all in the girls. I got either like a small or an extra small. These shorts are small, and they were $3.50. There's 2 pairs here. They're plain black, and I like them for under like dresses or skirts. Sorry about the background clacking, but they really do work great as like little, I don't know, just shorts for her to wear under some of her shorter skirts or dresses, anything like that. But these are just extra small in girls, and they're just 2 plain colored t-shirts. They're gonna go away till next year. I gave Zendaya like specific instructions, no wearing them this year. But now I know she has 2 tees to start next summer, or even in the wintertime if she needs them, like under a hoodie, and then some shorts as well. So these are for Kai, and these were each $3.50 a piece, but for shorts, that I don't feel like that's a bad price. And they're so cute. So these are for next year, again, like I said. And I went with a 4T size. He's currently in a 2T, like solidly in a 2T. So I'm pretty sure by next summer, he's probably going to be at about a 4T. So I got a plain gray pair. These have pockets. These could even be like a little dressier. And then these are kind of like sweatpants style shorts. They're super cute and light. They also have pockets, which is great for little boys. And then these, oh, I just love these, the ombre blue. And they are kind of the same style as the gray, and they all have ties. So I'm not sure. I think the sweat ties are fake. Well, actually, you know what? They all are, but whatever. Anyways, they're gonna work great, and they were on a great sale. They had quite a few others as well, at least at my Walmart. But I just decided to get 3 and not go too far overboard. Okay, and last but not least, I got him some shirts, and these were $3.50 a piece, which maybe that's not super cheap to me. I thought that was a great price. It can be really hard to find little boys shirts that aren't like stained or have holes in them, so this will give him a start for next summer. So there's like the dinosaur one. This one's really cute and kind of like sporty looking, and then there's these 2 which are more like softer colors. This one with the cactus on it, and this one that says Bug Expert and is really, really cute. These were all, I think I said this, $3.50 a piece. So like I said, again, not like the cheapest ever. I guess if you were going to a yard sale, that would be cheaper. But sometimes your probability of finding little boys' clothes, especially in this size, is like slim to none. So I guess before I show you guys, I should preface by saying we rent here where we are. So obviously I don't want to put a ton of money into a place that I'm just renting. It's not my own. But for some of these things, we did talk to our landlord, and he was willing, if we purchased it, to like reimburse us as long as we put in the work to do some of these updates. So, but it really just does make such a huge difference. I don't know if I have any footage necessarily of what the kitchen looked like before. It's just super exciting, or at least I'm excited about it, and it really has just made a difference in the look of the kitchen. So you're gonna have to excuse the fact that this is a very lived-in kitchen at the moment, but the biggest thing that we just did was replace all of the flooring here in the kitchen. This was like a really old linoleum floor with like horrendous colors, and the linoleum was turning yellow, like really yellow from age. So we replaced it with this like hickory color vinyl plank flooring, and it just makes such a difference. We actually extended it a little bit over here, and excuse my kids' toys all over, but we extended it a little bit to give more room on the hard floor before it switches to carpet, which really has been nice. And then another thing we did was we actually installed a dishwasher. So this used to be cabinets, and with all the cooking that I do, it is just, it's so much easier having a dishwasher for dishes and not having to wash everything by hand. So my husband cut out the cabinets and redid this cabinet over here, and then we put a dishwasher right in the middle. And then last but not least, excuse the sink full of dishes, we updated our faucet just to give it a more modern look and to kind of tie it in with some of the style that I have going on here in the kitchen. But it really has just made such a difference and been so much fun to have a little bit more of an updated kitchen. Okay, so tonight for the kids club thing that we're doing at church, like I said, I'm taking drink, and I just wanted to do something really easy. This is definitely not like your healthy drink or anything like that, but a really easy go-to drink for when I'm doing like any thing where there's a lot of kids or something, you know, whatever, is just Hawaiian Punch and Sprite. So I am just gonna freeze like 3 of these small containers of Hawaiian Punch, and that'll just make sure that my drink stays nice and cold. Like I'll put it in a drink dispenser of sorts, and then before it's time to go tonight, I will just combine these 2 and then pop in a couple of these frozen chunks of Hawaiian Punch, which will help it not be like watered down with ice. So I'm gonna do that really quick, and then hopefully I'm gonna hop into making my Stromboli dough. So I am jumping right into making the Stromboli, and to start off, I tried something a little different. I actually milled my flour on a really coarse setting, and then I put it through again on a fine setting to see if I could get my flour a little bit more fine. I'm not sure it made a ton of a difference, but I did notice that my flour seemed nice and fine and did turn out really great for this recipe. I've actually never made stromboli with all freshly milled flour or all whole grain flour, so this is something that's a little bit new to me, but I would say for a first time it definitely turned out. Maybe there's a couple things I would change for the next go around, but it definitely was still really good. After I had all my flour milled, I used this handy dandy sifter that I got at Walmart for like, I think it was like $1.50, and this definitely sped up the process. Normally I would just put it in like a handheld sifter and kind of like bump it against the side, but the nice little like turn thing on this sifter made it really easy to sift it all out. And here you can see kind of the coarser flecks that are left in the bottom. Those I just pitched just to keep some of those coarse flecks or whatever out of my flour and to keep my flour more fine. Okay, so I set my flour aside. It's gonna settle a little bit since it was just fluffed up so much by the mixer. That way when I measure it, it's more accurate, more settled. But I figured while that sits, I'm gonna go ahead and do some prepping for my other toppings. So my stromboli is really easy to assemble once the dough is ready. So for me personally, I like shredding all my own cheese here at home. And one of the main reasons is because when you do buy store-bought shredded cheese, oftentimes there's a lot of anti-clumping agents that they have to add in to keep it from clumping. And I kind of like to stay away from that if I can. Not to mention, it's really inexpensive just to buy blocks of cheese. Shredded cheese is so convenient, and not that I never buy it, but when I can, I like to hand grate it or grate it myself. And for literally years, I've used a box grater to grate my blocks of cheese. By the time I'm done grating enough for the stromboli that I make, because I often make extra for leftovers for the next day or two, my hand is like sore and cramping. And so for this part of the video, I'm working with Airpro, and I am so grateful that they agreed to sponsor this portion. And they are gonna come in so handy for me, especially today when I do stromboli, but in the future. So Airpro sent me one of their KitchenAid mixer attachments, and they sent me the slicer slash shredder one, which is gonna come in so perfect for today's stromboli recipe. And it's gonna take all of like the manpower out of it, and I'm just gonna be able to let my mixer shred all my cheese. I am so excited to have this, to be able to use it for today, especially for this recipe, and it is just gonna make things so much easier for me. So I will have to say right off the bat, I was so impressed with how well this slicer slash shredder shredded my cheese, and I'm really excited to try something in it like potatoes for homemade hash browns or anything like that. But it's really easy to use. You just put it in the front of your KitchenAid mixer and make sure you turn your like screw tight so that it holds it in. Turn it on and then just feed the cheese down through the grater, and it will come out in your bowl. And it was so quick and easy. One thing about Airpro's slicer slash shredder attachment is that it is made of stainless steel and food grade plastic. It is dishwasher safe, so it's super easy to clean, and it really just cuts down your time when it comes to some of these things that take a little more manpower and time in your baking or cooking or food preparation. For my cheese for stromboli, I actually like to combine cheddar and mozzarella, so I went ahead and just grated them both into the same bowl, since I was pretty sure I was going to use all the cheese that I did, and I ended up using all of it. But I could not have done it quite so effortlessly without my Airpro shredder attachment, and I don't know why I did not invest in one sooner. So thanks so much, Airpro, for sponsoring this portion of the video. I'm going to leave their link in the description box for you guys if you're looking for a good shredder that will help you out in your food preparation in your kitchen. Once I had the cheese shredded, I moved on to actually making my dough, and I started out by combining my yeast, sugar, and warm water in a bowl to let the yeast kind of like bloom or develop and get all bubbly and kind of fluffy before adding in my next ingredients. I'm going to leave this recipe down below in the description box for you guys. It's so simple and it's like my go-to pizza dough / Stromboli dough recipe. But after the yeast developed, I added in my olive oil, flour, and then I added in a few herbs and a couple other things that it called for. Like I said, this recipe is seriously so simple. Next time I make it, I might try doing a combination of all-purpose flour with this whole wheat flour. Like I said before, I think it turned out good, but the whole wheat flour just doesn't seem to have quite as much give to it, say, as like all-purpose does. So I might try a little bit of a combination and see if I can come up with something good, or even try adding a little bit more oil or something into my dough to make it a little more stretchy or give it a little more, I don't know, give when you're making your actual stromboli. After everything was combined, I threw it in my KitchenAid and let it mix well, and then once it was done mixing, I covered it with a towel and let it sit and rise for about an hour. So now moving on to the stromboli making portion of the video. For my dough, I just go ahead and spray my counter really well with like a non-stick spray. Mine is olive oil, but you can use whatever you want. And then I turn my dough out onto the counter. This makes 2 decent sized strombolis, or I make 2 rather. So I divided my dough in half and then began pressing it down and used a little hand roller to roll it out into a rectangle shape. You can see here that my dough isn't quite as stretchy as what it would be if I used like store-bought all-purpose flour, which is what this recipe was originally like intended for or called for. I'm still learning the ins and outs of working with freshly milled flour, and maybe I should be adding in some all-purpose flour to it. We'll see, maybe next time I'll try that out. But moving on to stuffing or filling my stromboli, not exactly sure what it's called, but I love to do ham, salami, cheese, and pepperoni. It's super simple, but nice and filling, gives you lots of good protein. You could do whatever you want if you want to put, I don't know, I've never done any vegetables like supreme style, but I'm sure that would be delicious. Even a cheesesteak stromboli is always good, but this is kind of my quick and easy go-to with things that I have right in the refrigerator ready to go. Wrapping up the stromboli was a little bit of a challenge because of the lack of stretch in my dough, but I actually got it pretty good and it did not, majorly fall apart. And when it was baked, it was easy to kind of hold in pieces. So I was quite impressed for a first time. It was pretty good, even though I maybe have a little bit more work to do on the presentation side of things. After I finished the first one, I basically repeated everything I just did for the second one, and here you can kind of just see me quickly working through it. I sped it up a little bit for you guys, but it's the basic same thing, rolling out your dough and filling it with toppings. This one was a little bit easier to fold up at the end, which was nice. I'm not sure why it turned out easier, but I think the practice aspect of making this definitely helps as well. Once they were both on my cookie sheet, I just took a knife and cut like little slits in the top of my dough, kind of for vents for the inside of my stromboli, and then I baked it for 20 to 25 minutes at 350, and then it was ready to go. So it was quick and easy and a great supper for a busy evening. Because of how crazy busy our evening is, I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here, but thank you guys so much for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe got a new recipe out of things. I'm gonna leave the recipe and links, everything like that, in the description box for you guys, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye guys.